Hey friends, it's back with Beautiful Mess Plans. I'm here, I can't speak. I am here to film another plan with me. It is the week of, I don't know, it's the end of April into May. So 29th through May 5th. So I'm going to switch over to the May kit. And I actually am also going to, I'm not going to change my leather yet, but I'm going to go ahead and change my dashboards. Let's just go ahead and do it now because I'm ready to look at something new and these are just really pretty. So let's change these out to those. That's pretty. And even if I kept it in the pink, super pretty. Okay. So, I don't know if you can hear in the background, my husband's working from home for the afternoon and my daughter is exclaiming loudly. So let's get the functional stuff out. It's a pretty quiet week in general. This current week has been pretty good. We've gone up to school twice during the day for Battle of the Books stuff. I had mentioned this before that my oldest is doing Battle of the Books. There's now noises behind me. Battle of the Books is essentially, you have a list of books. I think it was like 16 total. And you read them throughout the school year. And then at the end of the year, now, you have basically a competition. So there's a bunch of rounds. There was 4 teams total. And they are asked like 16 questions back and forth. And whoever wins, moves on. It's a double elimination, so you do get 2 shots at it. And so they had their first competition on Tuesday, which was good because on Sunday here, my daughter got really sick. She threw up twice. She didn't go to school on Monday. Her team was a little bit panicked because they're like, she's not here. But she was back on her feet for the competition on Tuesday and they won. And I find out later that they were so panicked because she was the only one that read all of the books. So there's that. But, okay, I'm gonna cut myself off. So I have several options. I did pull out this dot marker, which is in the color grayish green, and then I have 2 mild liners, one in green and one in this one that I cannot read because it is not in English. I'm trying to see if I got interrupted for candy. So these, ignore these up here. I was trying to match colors and this right here, but those are my colors. So I don't know what I want to use. I'll probably alternate between my mild liners. I almost said mid liners. That's why I kind of stuttered weird. As far as like what I want to use on the page. So let's just go with the pink this week. But anyways, so she's back on Tuesday. She was the only one that read all the books. So that's why they were like, oh my gosh, she has to come back. So that she was back on her feet. And she was, and they did win. I mean, like by a ton. They really like annihilated this other team. But, both teams did really well. So they had that on Tuesday. So they won. So they didn't have to compete again until Thursday because the losers of both of these days, the teams that lost, competed on Wednesday. The teams that won both of these days competed on Thursday, which was yesterday. And then my daughter's team won, and it was a really good, it was a good competition. Nobody got a question wrong until there was like 16 questions. No one got a question wrong until like question like 13 or 14. Like they did such a good job. And these are like really, really tiny details, like information wise, like what they're trying to remember from 16 books that they read throughout the year. Still getting interrupted about candy. So it was a really both teams did remarkable, and my daughter's team won by 4 points, which was basically just a steal. They won by a steal because the other team got a question wrong. They were able to steal it and got the 4 points. So it was super impressive. And So that means that the team that won this day, so they've already the team that won this day had already lost once. They now are competing today, which is Friday, against the team that my daughter's team won against yesterday, who also won or lost twice. I hope this all makes sense. So both teams that are competing today, my daughter's team has won against, and then whoever wins today will go against them for the next competition, for like the final competition. If my daughter's team loses that day, then there will be one more round, because at that point then they're in square footing. They each have won twice and they each have lost once. So I hope that all made sense. But because they won yesterday, they've won twice, they have automatically moved on to the final. So that was very exciting for them. They were super pumped. So yeah, I haven't, as you can see, we've got the mallets, and this is their last Math Wings. And it's not really Math Wings. I mean, it's Math Wings, but it's like a party. They're having basically a celebration. And that's the last one, which is crazy. So that's on Tuesday, and then just working. Like I said, it's a really quiet week. And then there's nothing, there's nothing on Wednesday. So I'll just highlight. But anyway, so that went on this week, but they don't compete again until like May 6th for the finale, for the final round. And then if they lose, then they'll compete again on the 8th. So we will see how they do. I told my daughter, I said, either way, like, so proud of you. It's done amazing. So, especially because she's the only one that read all the books. And I don't think that, like, there was an even distribution of, like, there are some books that none of her teammates have read. So the fact that she's done a lot, I'm like super impressed. You should be proud of yourself, win or lose, This was the competition. Don't mind the Play-Doh noise in the background. This is the competition that she won last year. I'm pretty sure I talked about it last year if you were around a year ago, but I did talk about this last year. She did Battle of the Books, and her team won the entire thing. Her 4th grade team competed against a 5th grade team, and they beat the 5th graders. So that was a pretty big deal for them. So, okay. So much of the same, mallets, gymnastics, work. That's it. Friday, my daughter has a field trip. They are going to the middle school, and they're going to have like lunch, and they get to tour the school and like spend more time to get a taste of what it's like. Parents aren't going, but I want to note it just because I like to know where my kids are. I think it makes sense. So I will just make a note of it. I don't have to pack her lunch or anything because they're eating lunch up at school. Candy interruption number what now? So anyway, that's that day. They're gonna do they're just gonna take some time, get a feel for like the lunchroom, it's the whole thing. So that is on Friday of next week. And done with these. And I'm missing one. I'm missing this week. So yeah, that's I want the me time. I want this week. So yeah, it is actually like she's hopping. A super quiet week, which is kind of nice. But like we start, I need to pull out another set of stickers because we start a final countdown to our trip, which is pretty exciting this week. Done my stickers. I have like a pounding headache today. We had storms last night, like actually really bad storms, and we have a chance of really severe weather today, like potentials for tornadoes, which it never, honestly, the amount of times that we've even had like tornado warnings, we've ended up in the basement since, you know, I've lived in the area. Well, I've always lived in the area, but, you know, in my adult life has been relatively small, but the air just feels it. If anyone's from the Midwest, can you attest to the fact that you can feel it in the air? Like when storms are brewing, like you just know, you feel it, it's there. That's what it feels like today. So we'll see what we end up with. They're not calling them for them until later, which will be nice because I really don't want to pick up in storms today because that does not sound fun. And my son's on a field trip and I really don't want them, you know, they drove down to downtown Kansas City. I really don't want them having to deal with storms, you know, coming back from like on buses driving back and all that. So, and I don't want to do it at pickup. So many reasons. But we're in a mark every time. She's jumping every time. Okay. That's what I have. Like I said, it's a super quiet week. Go ahead and write in my mallets and math wings. They did their we had creativity showcase last night, which is basically a way, I talked about it before, but it was the orchestra concert, band concert, and the mallets, and then the third grade recorders. They all played, and then you could walk around the school, look at all the art, and you also collect the art, specifically the art that will break in kids' backpacks. And so we did that because obviously my daughter is in strings and she's in mallets, but just because they had their concert does not mean mallets are over, because they actually perform at the talent show, which is like the last full day of school. So they will do mallets right up to the end of the school year, which I could probably start a countdown for that at some point because we're getting so close, which is crazy. All right, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to write here. I just think it's absolutely bonkers that we are at like the end of the year. Like they're going for their middle school trip, and just how close we are in general. I think, okay, so in the kit, they had these green, they're colored pencils actually, they're zebras. All I know is that it says 24. I don't know anything else about this. I think I'm going to use this as my dividing line for my to-do list. We'll see. We'll see if I like it, because it's like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it ends up looking. Let's put it on the, I guess we'll put it here. I'm trying to decide. It's definitely subtle. I thought about using this to write my like to-do list stuff in, but I think it's going to be just too subtle. Oh, I can't close it though. Okay. Whew. And washing. All right, I think I'm going to use this one, is my favorite. So we're going to use it because I talked about this before when I did my setup. I really like this one. We'll alternate, but this week we're going to use this one. But yeah, it was a pretty good week. I'm just tired today. Got a headache, I think because of the weather, and it wasn't even that we went to bed real late. It was just tired. Do I like the washi at the top? Have I done washi at the top? I have, like a couple times. I don't do it a ton. Because I'm trying to decide if I want to put this along the top. Just because, just to change it up a bit. this. I think we're up to interruption number like 6 at this point. It is just one of those days. I think I'm not the only one in like the mood. Also in this kit, I haven't tried them out, but is this. And it is a pair of scissors, which is kind of cool. I have not tried them. I do not know how sharp they are, but they're definitely a lot more compact to carry around. So I definitely like that. So, yeah, isn't that kind of cool? So they're just like little craft scissors and really like compact. I like that a lot. Okay. So let's take a look at our options for the week. As far as, oh, I almost forgot the thing I said I was going to do. So we start our countdown for our trip. So do I want to, I have these are in my shop. These are Posy Vacation Counter, like countdown. And so they're not huge. I put them right here. And so I was thinking about just like putting them at the bottom of each day like this, unless I have something, and then I might skip it just because, you know, oh, that's not the right day for that. And then I immediately put it down the wrong date. I don't know. What do we think? We'll give it a shot this week, and then if I don't like it, then we'll come up with something different. Because if I put it down here, I mean, I could put it down at the bottom. I never really get all the way down to the bottom unless I'm putting like, let's put it down at the bottom here. Let's do that. Can you see that? I don't know. I feel like the light looks really funky. I don't really know why. So I guess I'll find out when I'm editing if it looks funky or not, or how funky it looks, and maybe get more creative on how to fix it. But that way I don't have to skip any days, and because my to-do lists just haven't really been long enough. Like I very rarely go all the way down to the bottom. So I think that'll work. It's kind of fun to have a countdown. I could have a countdown to the last day of school because I need to highlight, but right here, last day of school, which is just nuts. Anyway, back to what I was doing. So we have some quotes. Obviously, floral seems to be the name of the game. And I have no idea what I want to do. What do I want to do? I feel like I like the white stickers, like the white flowers here a lot. And I get to determine how good or bad my day will be. So if I kind of did, and there's the bell. I kind of did this guy, kind of like, I don't know, do I like that? Like if I were to kind of angle it like this, I have to turn it off, and then put this kind of long, but I don't mind that so much. I cut pretty well. Like that. So I feel like with all the colors here and then the pinks here, like I definitely like the idea of doing a more solid, not solid, but white, white flowers. So I think that's what we're gonna go with. Not gonna overthink it. We're just gonna kind of scatter them about and then call it good. I think I'm gonna also switch my, I didn't mention it, my clip that I was using as well. I have, these 3 came in the kit. So this is like almost a different version of an ollie clip. And then you had 2 birds. And then this was from last year's May kit, but I feel like it goes really well. So I don't know what I'm going to use here, but I have those. Is there anything else that I want to put down? Any other little flowers? Or no, I kind of like what it's looking like right now. Let's kind of put this one right here, and then I feel like maybe down here. Let's go down there, and we'll do maybe kind of this one down in this area. Yeah, I like it. I think it looks good. So I could use this here if I wanted, or do I like the idea of keeping it a little bit more simple? Oh, let's have a bird on this side. Is that how it's intended to be used? I don't know. I think these are pretty much the same no matter. Do we like that? Yeah. And then if I have places to put those, I'll figure that out later. So I like how it turned out. I think it's cute. And I think that's all I have. So that was pretty good. I like it. I think it looks cute, and I kind of like the change of pace from the April kit. It's always kind of nice to switch over to the new month and the new look and all that. So, okay. Well, that is all I have. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.